to another episode of The Spiel. I'm your host, Kandi Bradford, filling in for Angie Wyatt. And we've got a great show for you today, as always. But here at The Spiel and Growing Media, we're always trying to learn new things. And this week, we really got an education on TikTok. And we got that education from a bunch of teenagers. It's amazing how much these kids know about technology. I mean, we are behind these professional cameras, the expensive cameras and the expensive editing systems, and these kids are just killing it on TikTok. So this week we had a partnership with the state health department, and we're working with these kids to put together peer-to-peer TikToks as part of an anti-vaping campaign. And it's just the insight of these kids. It really, to me, it kind of gives you hope for the future. You know, you're thinking, we've got all these kids and they're online and they're, you know, they got their face in their phones and they're always on their screens and they're not thinking, they're not interacting. But I mean, I was really impressed with their insight and their knowledge of TikTok. We ended up doing a fantastic few videos for them, but I was just amazed, and Lucas was there with me. Lucas, what did you think about those kids? I mean, isn't it incredible?
Yeah, they were way more, informed about literally everything vape or like smoking. They knew more than we did, which was wild. And not only that, they made us look kind of old with the whole TikTok thing. But I think we kept up, and I think the videos turned out good.
I was so proud of them. They did such a great job, and that's something we're probably going to be talking about a little bit more on future shows. But for today, we are going to have some mixology, but it's probably not the kind of mixology that you're thinking of. So stick with us for that. We're going to have some amazing acoustic tunes, some stylings from one of our amazing artists. And then we're going to meet an author who's going to take us on her spiritual journey. And it's not always pretty. She's learned a lot, and she's going to be sharing a lot of knowledge with us later. So stay tuned for all of that. We've also got our film and TV critic, Tim Estiloz, who's going to be interviewing the cast of Big Mistakes. And if I'm not mistaken, the cast includes one of Angie's favorite actors.
My journey is unique in the way that I ended up finding kind of my own path in a non-denominational sense, which really was focused more on the relationship, the personal relationship with God.
But I needed the dust to settle so that people could come to this show with fresh eyes, and that they wouldn't be comparing it, they would be seeing it for something completely new. And I think you needed that time.
I know how important it is to take care of your mental health, just as much as taking care of your physical health. I just want people to know that I have experienced some of the same type of mental health challenges that they have, and that they are not alone. They are not their diagnosis. We will not turn away anybody that does not have insurance. My name is Amber King, and I will be providing services for mental health at the Albion Community Health Center and the Fairfield Community Health Center.
There's no way they're all here.
They're all here.
Are you kidding me? Awesome straight jacket. Thank you, Lucas.
And all the
Great on fish, great on beef. It's even good with chips.
Hey guys, I'm Michaela Lane, and welcome to my tour bus. Okay. Oh.
They're experiencing your enthusiasm, your love.
What is it that you want to achieve every day? What is that footprint that you're trying to leave?
Welcome back to The Spiel, and we are here with our guest, Naureen Stack-Frierdich, a first-time author, and we're going to be talking about her book today, which is Faith at a Crossroads, and we're going to be talking about what inspired her to write this book. Naureen, I read this book last night. Knowing that we were talking today, I was like, I really want to get a sense of what this is about.
Well, thank you for reading it.
Well, you're welcome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a super easy read, but the way that it's worded, the way that you write, it was really easy to connect with you. And this is a very vulnerable piece.
Yeah.
I mean, you are talking about your faith journey, and you didn't just start recently. I mean, you went all the way back, talking about your family, where they came from, your religion from a child up until now. I mean, you really laid it bare.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I wonder is, what what would make you open yourself up like this
Yeah.
and tell this really, really personal story?
Yeah, it's funny because I've had so many people ask me that question and like, well, what are your kids going to think about this and you laying this all out? And I even talk about that in there. My hope, first and foremost, is that they one day read this. They refuse to right now for whatever reason, but that one day they read this and they're proud of my journey. But it really was such a God thing. The way that God has followed me, orchestrated my life, walked with me, through the things that I've gone through some really, really high highs and some really low lows. It was just important for me to help other people understand that they're not alone. I've been there before without any faith, without, just feeling like you're just wandering this world with no purpose. And to just know all the things that God has walked me through, I'm like, I just hope that even if it's one person, that's what I said when I wrote this. I'm like, if 5 people read it and that's it, but it helps one person, then it's worth it, just to encourage them that they're not alone and that somebody else has gone through these things. Especially with my journey of how I grew up and, being in 2 different religious, with 2 different religious parents.
So your dad, Catholic,
Yes.
and then your mom, Muslim.
Yeah.
She's from Pakistan,
She
correct?
is, yes, born and raised, yeah.
And you were born solely Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my journey is unique in the way that I ended up finding kind of my own path in a non-denominational sense, which really was focused more on the relationship, the personal relationship with God than the rules and the traditions. And while I believe that those are truly beautiful and I still respect them, there was something deeper that kind of radically changed me, that made me go, what, this is not about the religion anymore. This is about just having that personal relationship.
Right. Well, some of the things in your book that really struck me, whenever your husband at the time finally kind of came around to religion, you were like, mad.
No. Yeah.
You were mad.
I was mad.
I mean, you tried to get him to kind of come your way and he refused. But then when he turned around, you were angry about that and you were very honest about that. I think that would be something that would be kind of hard to admit to anybody who wants to turn a page.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I want to be cautious saying this. I don't ever want to knock anyone's where their walk is, with God, whatever that religion is for them. But being raised Catholic, you're kind of raised to go, you don't leave the Catholic Church. You are in it. You are there. And once you walk away, it's like, you're shunned. You can't. And so when we were both Catholic, and so when he kind of started this journey, because we were on the verge of divorce the first time, and he found his own journey, it was kind of embedded in me like, oh gosh, you're one of those Jesus freaks.
Yeah.
What is happening? I can't do this.
That,
and that is how I felt, which is so odd now because here I am. But yeah, I was angry, because I was going, no, I'm Catholic. I've always been Catholic. I'm always going to be Catholic. This is how we decided to raise our kids. And now you're off doing this. And I'm coming home to Christian music and I'm coming home to you and your Bible. And I'm like, here we go, And so, it was, obviously he then walking that walk had more effect on me by just living it out than talking at me and chirping at me about it. But I was not the nicest about it. I will admit that.
I mean, you were very honest about that. And then whenever you had that moment, you talked about as you were kind of going through this, you saw moments where God was showing up. Or maybe you didn't realize it at the time, but when you looked back on it, you're like, he was there.
For sure.
And then the scene where you're in your yard. And I think that was after your daughter had her accident.
Yes.
And you were just like, came to your knees.
Yeah. There was a lot of heaviness. And a lot of it was like not being able to even forgive myself. Feeling like I deserved the pain and the shame from what I did and that I should just never let that go. And so I was punishing myself. And, God was starting to work through, my husband at the time, and I started, he kind of started planting some seeds in me, which at least just asked me questions to make me start thinking. And so that morning after, I was on like 2 hours of sleep after her accident from, hospital to hospital and surgery and all that stuff. And that was a moment where God used 4-leaf clovers in my backyard and was just like, listen, I'm right here. When are you going to let it go? When are you going to give it to me and understand that you are forgiven? You can forgive yourself. I have forgiven you already. And so I hit my knees and I was like, okay, all right, God, if you exist, if you're who they say you are, then take it right now. just take it.
I surrender.
And yeah, I completely surrender. And I wasn't expecting anything. I mean, just like within those seconds of saying what I said. And literally within a matter of seconds, I felt a breeze and like it was gone. And I opened up my eyes and everything looked different, which is, I did not know, I didn't know the Bible. I grew up Catholic, but never read the Bible. I'm still not some biblical scholar by any stretch. But later on found out that is exactly what the Bible says about, the Holy Spirit coming into you and, and saving you. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, I opened up my eyes and I finally just turned and looked at my husband and I'm like, it's gone. I forgave myself, I forgave him, and from that moment on, we just never looked back, and it was full on, hey, we're going to walk this walk, and we're going to raise our children to do the same.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patients, whether they can pay, whether they're really wealthy, or whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. And we're very non-judgmental, so no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
I thought one thing that was very poignant in your book was that you went through this. You had this break and you had this surrender and you were able to repair the marriage. And then, if somebody who doesn't know, you would think, okay, well, now it's going to be fairy tale from here on out. But it wasn't. It wasn't a fairy tale. Yeah. And you still decided to share that. That was a huge thing for you to reconcile, to give that up and forgive. And you think, okay, well, it's all, wrapped up in a nice, neat bow. And I'm sure you're talking to people about this. You're giving your testimonies at church. You're talking about it. So that had to be incredibly difficult, or I think it would be for me. And it was brave for you to go all the way to that point and still figure out that this marriage wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still own it and still put it down on paper and share it.
The journey doesn't get easier. Typically it gets harder because you're constantly, especially in this world that we live in, it is Satan's world. And so to constantly get tested with your faith, and it would have been so easy so many times just be like, I'm done, I'm out. I'm going back to my old life. I'm going back to my old ways.
Right.
And then, moving forward with the marriage not working out the second time, that was my biggest inner battle was, okay, I don't get this, God. You saved it the first time. You've already saved our marriage once, very, very radically. Why now? Why is this happening again now? And what are people going to think? I held on for so long, praying that my heart would be changed, his heart would be changed, and that our marriage, you did it once before, you can do it again, I know. And when that didn't happen, then you do have all the thoughts, especially as a Christian woman, of, okay, now what are people going to think? Oh, you're a real Christian, but you're getting divorced. Yeah. Oh, and so that was, I had to sit in that in a lot of prayer for, I'm not talking days or weeks, years of sitting in that with God until I finally got the answer from him, and that's between me and him. As long as I know I'm good with him, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Now, if he's convicting me because I straight or I made a decision and divorced without him, that would be a totally different thing. But I was like, if people want to judge me, then they can judge me because I know where I am. So.
Yeah. This book is just such a beautiful testament to your faith and to thinking you get what you want, and then one step forward, two steps back until you reach the end. And it's just, I really encourage our viewers to read it, and we'll give them the information on how to find it. But what's next now? I mean, I know that you're doing, so you are a realtor. You've started, you've become part of a faith-based realty group.
Yes.
With a friend of yours, and you're also doing a Women Rising reality show that we hope to see in the future. So, I mean, what else? I mean, what else can you possibly fit in, Naureen?
Well, I think right now God's kind of saying, hey, rest for a minute.
Yeah.
Although, our story is never over. As long as we're breathing, our story keeps continuing. And so he's already working on me a little bit with thoughts of a next book. I want to really focus on this one and just kind of sit in it for a minute and, have opportunities like this to share it with people. It's not that I think my story's great or any better than anybody else's. The point of me sharing this was to go, these are some real life things. And, we all go through, every single person goes through hard stuff. And it's just that encouragement of going, you'll get through it. You'll get through it, and for me, I truly don't believe I would have gotten through it and come out of it the other side without that relationship with God. But, I just want people to be encouraged. I want people, and so if that's, having opportunities like this or, being on podcasts just to encourage others and women, who, whether they walk in the Christian faith or not, but especially those who walk in the Christian faith who are maybe going through the divorce stuff or the, the shame and whatnot, that they're not alone and that they don't have to walk in that shame forever. So, so I don't know. Right now I'm just going to kind of ride this wave and until I feel God, just like I did with this book. I mean, this was not, I kind of started this 9 years ago, and then just stopped.
Oh, wow. It's been that long that you've been okay.
Yeah. From the moment kind of that I first found my relationship with Jesus and surrendered, that was kind of on my heart to write a book. And then I'm like, I don't know, what am I doing? I'm not an author. Who am I kidding? So I just stopped. And then, and I share that story in here, so I won't go into it, but God just completely orchestrated all of it to go until it was a point God was like, write the book. I'm telling you, just let me do it. You just be obedient and let me, and here we are. So.
And it is, it's full of this. Your path has not been without stones.
Yeah.
It's been up and down, all kinds of twists and turns to get you to where you are. And I think it's just a beautiful story, and I think it's amazing that you're sharing it. And I definitely think that, just having read it myself, I definitely think that it's going to mean a lot to a lot of women and men out there. Yeah. So
I hope so. That's God's, that's God's doing. So I'm like, I'll just let him sit back and watch him work. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to us about your book, and we are going to keep up with you on what you've got going next, and maybe we'll see you back here again with us.
That'd be great. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We will be right back with more of the Spiel.
Oh, Sheila, in a smooth satin dress, you got me hooked on you like a fine cigarette. Spin every dime that I had just to keep you around.
We are a dirty soda shop, and what I always tell people that from our area, because dirty soda is not very popular around here yet.
I don't think I've heard that phrase.
Yes, it's definitely becoming more popular in this area.
My grandfather started the company in 1976. It was Apache Village in Hazelwood. Now we have the biggest dealership in the St. Louis area and top family-owned dealership in the state.
I think because we're family-owned, locally owned, that our level of customer service after the sale is above and beyond what anybody else does.
Mr. Meyer, he always told all of us to not worry about the money, to just take care of customers, and the money will come.
Shout out to our sponsor of the Spiel in the Kitchen, Prairie Farms. They are now out with a single serve iced coffee, everybody. And the crowd goes wild. So listen, their whole slogan, which I love this, it's like skip those long lines, get your single serve, and they're your favorite coffee house flavors. Single serve Prairie Farms, good job. They've always had it in the half gallons and done really, really well in stores, so it's nice to see that.
I like this. You can grab it, take it in your car.
And go, that's it.
There's a terrible stigma that people believe that if you're on Medicaid that you don't work. The majority of people on Medicaid do work. The ones that don't work are children. We have a lot of adults that are on Medicaid that do work. They just can't afford insurance. So their income is low enough that they still qualify for Medicaid. So they come to us and we find the best plan for them. If that goes away, that's gonna hurt a lot of people. It's gonna make our job a little harder, but we're still gonna be there for all of our patients.
It's about the guest experience. A young lady came in, she's very celiac, and Christy goes, listen, this lady would like potato skins. She's never had them. So I actually cooked the potato skins gluten-free and made them for her. And she started crying at the table. She goes, I've never had this is amazing. And she was like 13, 14 years old. And I'm like, wow. So now we've got to the point where it's become pie. We got a gluten bread.
People come to us because they know that we'll be accommodating.
Hi, I'm Kasey Lee Rogers, and this song is called Sheila. She said, how are you tonight? Said, I'm glad to be here, right in front of a woman I desperately long to be near. 2 tequilas and lime, one for me and for you. And when I drink up the courage to dance, I hope you get the clue. Oh, Sheila, in a smooth satin dress, you got me hooked on you like a fine cigarette. Spent every dime that I had just to keep you around. Oh, Sheila, in a smooth satin dress, can't break the soul habit. I'm a man obsessed. Know you might be the devil. I'll go straight to hell just for you. She said, you know I'm bad news everywhere that I go. Said there ain't nothing new you can tell me, babe, I already know. 2 more tequilas and lime, a little 3/4 time. Take my hand and we'll dance in the beauty of the neon tonight. Oh, Sheila, in a smooth satin dress, got me hooked on you like a fine cigarette. Spent every dime that I had just to keep you around. Oh, Sheila, in a smooth satin dress, can't break the soul habit. I'm a man obsessed. Know you might be the devil. I'll go straight to hell just for you. Smooth satin dress, got me hooked on you like a fine cigarette. Spent every dime that I had just to keep you around. Oh, Sheila, in a smooth satin dress, can't break the soul-headed. I'm a man obsessed. No, you might be the devil. I'll go straight to hell just for you. No, you might be the devil. I'll go straight to hell just for you.
As a community resource coordinator with CRHPC, I am able to help you sign up for the marketplace insurance.
You can walk in and I can assist you with any sort of marketplace insurance, Medicare assistance, and Medicaid assistance.
You do not have to be a patient of CRHPC to come see me and for me to help you.
We will do whatever we can to help you have affordable and reliable health care.
One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patients, whether they can pay, whether they're really wealthy, or whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. And we're very non-judgmental, so no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
So your song, Sheila, love it, has a very, like I said, Hank Williams type vibe to it. What's your inspiration for your music?
I like a lot of, like 70s country stuff. Hank Sr. is great. Hank Jr. is great.
Yeah.
Love like John Conley and like Earl Thomas Conley, George Jones, all those kind of classics.
So is acoustic, that's kind of your shtick, right?
Yeah, when I'm doing this, I played multiple instruments. I play drums for some people. I play bass for some people. So this is just, as far as writing songs, what I'm always doing.
So you're multi-talented with instruments. When did you get interested in music and learning how to play?
Well, my dad is a musician as well, so I was surrounded by it from day one. He had a old pawn shop electric guitar that I used to drag around the yard as like a toy. So
really?
as soon as I could even, feasibly get my hands around guitar, I was on it. So about 8 years old is about when I started playing.
So whenever you are writing your songs, like where do you reach? Where do you get that inspiration? Just stuff that you see, like I'm at the grocery store one day and I got inspired by this, or is it something deeper? Or does it depend?
To me, it's not that deep. I just, a lot of times I'll like just have an idea in my head, and nine times out of 10 I'm not even anywhere near my guitar, so I have to like jot down notes on my phone, or like hum some gibberish into my phone so I'll remember the idea by the time I get home. That song I wrote sitting at work at the desk, just mumbling stuff into my phone
like
until
it just pops into your head.
Yeah, usually the better ones do. If I sit down and like try to write, I don't ever come up with anything. So it's just it's always at the most inconvenient time, it seems like.
So you're sitting at work and you're doing gibberish into your phone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, that definitely paid off. I love that song.
You.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You play at different venues, so you're not keeping this to yourself.
No,
Tell us about that.
No, I'm on the road all the time. Like I said, I play for several different groups. I played stand-up bass for a band called the Number 9 Blacktops. It's from around here. I play drums for a guy named Craig Gertis. He's from up around the Peoria area. I do a lot of hired gun type stuff. I tend to go where people will pay me. So whoever needs a fill-in or a bass player, a drummer, or whatever, I'll do that.
So you're just like jack of all trades when it comes to instruments. What all do you play?
I play primarily bass, drums, and guitar.
So not only are you musically inclined as far as the instruments, but you got this voice.
I've been working on it for a while. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of it honestly just comes from singing with the radio in the car.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, then why aren't I a better singer?
I guess you haven't tried enough. Maybe go do some karaoke or something.
I have. For everyone's sake, I'm not going to do that. But when you open your mouth and it was just like this booming voice, it was like, wow.
I think I've always just been a loud person.
So what's your favorite thing about performing?
It never gets boring. I've never gotten tired of it. I've been doing it, since, like I said, since I was 8 years old. I mean, as soon as I got a driver's license, I was trying to be on the road, traveling around the Midwest at least. And I've never gotten tired of it. I'm 35 years old and I'm still doing it. I don't really see myself stopping any time.
Do you have any future plans or for what you're going to do with your music? I know you said that like this song is something that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, we started recording that and one other. I've got a couple singles out that you can find on Spotify. You just look up my name. I've got a 7-inch vinyl record out of a couple of those singles, and this one, I'm thinking that's what we're going to do with that too. I'm recording one other song, so you do one song per side.
Okay, so on Spotify, just under your name, Kasey Lee Rogers.
Yep.
Okay, so people can find that. Whenever you're playing locally, is that pretty much what you're doing, the acoustic guitar, singing that type of music?
Yeah, if I could afford to pay a band, I'll have them back me, but most of the time it's usually me and at least one other person on the steel guitar. My buddy Kendall Scott plays steel guitar for me.
Well, I think that you are well equipped to carry the show yourself.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This has been great.
We'll be back in just a bit.
I post on my personal one, and that's more of like the behind the scenes, like being a business owner. And that one, I'm almost to 87,000. Wow. So my goal is to hit 100 like kind of soon.
I loved that I knew that the character could be loud and brash, but still rein it in when she needed to.
I do the person-centered approach. I want to make sure that I'm talking to the patient and I'm sharing information with them, and I provide active listening.
And the biggest thing that geriatric patients need help with is understanding their medical care. They see so many different specialists, so it takes me in the front line to sit them down, make sure that their medications are correct, understand what specialists they're seeing, and get the most recent visit notes.
Sedona means tranquility. I'm Kasey Lee.
I am Ron Brzezicki,
the owners of Sedona Bistro.
All we can do is supply good food, good service, and do the best we can every day. You come in, my job is to prove that, hey, we're good enough that you want to come back.
Shout out to our sponsor of the Spiel in the Kitchen, Prairie Farms. They are now out with a single serve iced coffee, everybody. And the crowd goes wild. So listen, their whole slogan, which I love this, it's like skip those long lines, get your single serve, and they're your favorite coffee house flavors. Single serve Prairie Farms, good job. They've always had it in the half gallons and done really, really well in stores, so it's nice to see that.
I like this. You can grab it, take it in your car.
And go, that's it.
My grandfather started the company in 1976. It was Apache Village in Hazelwood. Now we have the biggest dealership in the St. Louis area and top family-owned dealership in the state.
I think because we're family-owned, locally owned, that our level of customer service after the sale is above and beyond what anybody else does.
Mr. Meyer, he always told all of us to not worry about the money, to just take care of customers, and the money will come.
We are spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen here with Bailey Lowe's from downtown Fizz. Hi, Bailey. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about downtown Fizz. It's kind of, whenever I'm hearing about it, I'm thinking like old-time soda shop.
Yes.
Is that the vibe we're going for?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are a dirty soda shop, and what I always tell people that from our area, because dirty soda is not very popular around here yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that phrase.
Yes, it's definitely becoming more popular in this area. So what I normally say is what we normally do with coffee, like, you know, people are familiar with adding like the creamers and the flavors to coffee, but we do soda, boba, energy drinks, lemonade, we do all kinds of stuff, and we're constantly expanding our menu. We have monthly specials that we do to kind of like see what people like. That's how we kind of experiment and see, you know, what will be popular that month, and then sometimes we'll add it to the permanent menu. We have been here since January of 2025. Okay. And then the one in DuQuoin we opened this past January of 2026.
So what inspired you to open up a soda fountain?
So actually, before I had the stores, I did pop-ups, and then I had a trailer as well. So I still do the trailer. I'm from here, so my family lived here. So I would come here, do pop-ups on the weekends, load all the stuff into my mom's SUV, tables, all the soda, all the syrup, stuff like that into my mom's trunk, and we would load it up and go to craft fairs and stuff like that. And then we got to the trailer, and then now we have the stores as well.
Tell me a little bit about the vibe of the store. Are you doing the full soda fountain type vibe or something else?
So both stores have a little bit of a different vibe. So our first store is definitely more like, our colors are like pink and white checkered, which it's funny because I'm not like a super girly girl. I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cool, because I was going for the kind of like retro,
like diner type vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like where the checkered comes in too. We use bar guns, and then the vibe of DuQuoin is kind of like, it's still the pink and checkered, but it's a lot of an older building. It's in, it's on Main Street, and all the buildings are like brick and very, very old. And so the ceiling is very like retro, it's still like rustic. So they're kind of the same vibe, but DuQuoin is definitely more of like rustic and with those diner vibes tied in.
I love the nostalgic feel. Let's see a couple of your signature drinks and just kind of walk us through here as you're making it, so we know what we're doing.
Yes. So I brought 3 different ones. 2 of them are energy. So we're gonna do a Monster Energy one. And then we have a Blue Slush Alani one, which this is a really popular energy drink. And then we also have a Dr. Pepper based one. We also have a diet or zero of every soda. So I brought a diet.
Love Diet Dr. Pepper.
So the first one, this is the Blue Pop. It's the Blue Slush Alani. And it has marshmallow fluff. So we use this is marshmallow topping in this bottle right here. And we just kind of like drizzle it around the cup, kind of like they do with like the caramel and stuff.
You're practiced at this, I can tell. If I did that, it would all be down one side.
We used to use the fluff that you can buy at the store that you have to like scrape out with a knife, and it was so time consuming, and it made the soda fizz up so much. So,
I guess you're learning as it's evolving. You're learning what works and what doesn't work.
There's still stuff where I'm like, okay, maybe that doesn't work anymore. We'll have to try something else. So the fluff goes in first, and then we do the ice. This one gets vanilla, and since it's a 24 ounce, it gets 3 pumps of each flavor. So 3 vanilla.
And what's the name of this one again?
This is the Blue Pop.
Blue Pop.
With the energy drink. And then it also gets blue raspberry syrup, so 3 pumps of that.
So what's your most popular drink?
So the most popular one is the one I'm going to show you with the Dr. Pepper. Awesome. It's called the Creamy Dr. Fusion. And then now it just gets stirred.
I would never think to add marshmallow fluff to a cold drink.
I know, and people love it though. It makes it like, depending on the drink, a lot of people put it in like dark soda. A lot of the Alanis have fluff, and it just gives it like a sweeter taste.
So What's the next drink that you're going to be making for us?
I will do the Monster Energy drink next.
Okay.
The Monsters are a lot newer. We just added these a couple weeks ago, so these are still fresh.
Did you have people asking for energy drinks?
Yes. So when we first started, we only had Red Bull because they were easier to customize. I would just get the original Red Bull and add flavors. But we got so many requests for Alani. We've had Alani for probably a little bit over a year now. We got it a couple months after we opened Marion. So those are really popular. And then we've gotten a lot of requests about the White Monster too. So that's why we added them. This one is called the Neon Sour.
Okay.
It has watermelon syrup.
Oh, that sounds good.
This one's one of my favorites. And then sour candy syrup. So this one is kind of sour, which I like.
Okay. I love that sound.
I know. It's satisfying.
Capture that, the fizz. Okay, I love all the colors of these.
Yeah, they're
Okay, that looks awesome.
Yeah, this one is really good. One of my favorites from our entire menu, actually.
Okay, perfect.
So that's the Neon Sour with the Monster.
Okay.
And then this last one is the Creamy Dr. Fusion. It's Dr. Pepper or Diet, vanilla syrup, and half and half. It's kind of like a classic Dirty Dr. Pepper, but it's the most popular on our menu by far.
Okay.
So it gets the vanilla.
Now you said that you still do the pop-ups, so you still do where you go out to different events. Talk a little bit about that.
So we have the trailer and we set up at craft fairs. We do birthday parties. We kind of do businesses will reach out to us if they're having like an open house or like events like that. So we. In the summer and springtime, when it's warm outside, we have events like every weekend. I actually have, after this, I have to drop my trailer off at the expo hall at DuQuoin at the fairgrounds because there's an event tomorrow and Saturday.
So how many people do you have that run the place? I mean, if you're out doing the trailer, then you've got people back at the store.
So at each store, I have 5 employees in Marion and 5 in DuQuoin, and then I have a manager that kind of hops back and forth.
Okay.
This is the Diet.
Okay, so this is the one also. Did we already put the cream in there?
No, we didn't.
Okay, we're going to do that because this is going to be the most important one because it's got the Prairie Farms ingredients, the Prairie Farm heavy cream. And that's what's going to make it the most delicious drink.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's the best ingredient.
Because we say it all the time. If you're not using Prairie Farms, what are you using? Premium ingredients for all your drinks. So whenever you go out in the trailers, how many do you offer? All the drinks that you offer back in the shop?
Yes.
And how many do you offer?
Oh gosh, I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
We do offer the entire soda and lemonade menu, and we have all of our Red Bull menu. I used to not carry the Alanis, but so many people ask that now I carry the pink and the blue just because they're the most popular ones.
Yeah.
But I don't have the Monster since we just added that.
Okay.
But we pretty much do the whole menu. Whenever I do birthday parties, though, sometimes they pick like 4 drinks to bring. Birthday parties are a little bit different just because they're like so small. But yeah, most of the time, all of the sodas and the lemonades are offered.
Now, if somebody wants to have you have your trailer or have you at a birthday party, how do they get in touch with you?
The best way is like Facebook Messenger. Like if you go to the Downtown Fizz Facebook page, I'm the one who sees all the messages, and that's how I book most places.
Okay, and you said during the summer you're pretty busy.
Yes.
So if you want her for your birthday party, this time, any time of year though, you'll do it.
Oh,
okay, fantastic.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Russell Utterback, Utterback Real Estate. We established our business in 1980. My wife and I have been in this business for 45 years.
Made a lot of, not just clients, but good friends from it.
It's just a great experience to work alongside my parents and help the family business grow.
I wouldn't want to work anywhere else. This is truly family, and I feel like a part of it.
And we appreciate this small rural community and helping people with their real estate needs.
One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patients, whether they can pay, whether they're really wealthy, or whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. And we're very non-judgmental, so no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
So besides being a successful business owner, I hear now that you're also kind of a TikTok phenom.
Yes, we are very popular on TikTok.
Or how many likes, viewers? What's the
followers?
Yes.
Okay, so I post on my personal one, and that's more of like the behind the scenes, like being a business owner.
Yeah.
And that one, I'm almost to 87,000. Wow. So my goal is to hit 100 like kind of soon.
Yeah.
And I just recently had a video go viral, actually of me making the blue pop that has like 4.5 million right now. And so a lot of those are from that.
So what's your secret to get these viewers? Like, what are you doing? What's special?
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure it out because sometimes I post videos that I think are going to do well that don't, and then ones that I'm like, oh, I just need something to post, are the ones that people really like.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of people love Alani, and so the one that went viral specifically was just me making 3 of our regulars Alanis that come every day, and people just like Alani. So anything involving energy drinks or anything like that kind of catches people's eye.
So in your videos, are you making the drinks or are you just talking about it?
Well, it depends on the video. Most of them, I'll talk about them and then I'll make them. It kind of just depends. And then on the Downtown Fizz TikTok as well, we also, that's more of like the making the drinks and stuff like that. Mine's more of like a behind the scenes and just if we have any new drinks or anything like that. The actual business TikTok, I think we have 35,000 or somewhere around there. Yeah.
That's quite a following. I mean, what did you think whenever you started going viral? I mean, you're just starting your business and then it blows up on TikTok?
Yeah, well, it first started because even when I just had the trailer, like before I had either of the storefronts, I would make videos of me setting up at events and stuff like that. And that's when it kind of started to take off. And then it just became more and more popular as I opened the first store and kind of took everybody along for the behind the scenes of that. And then, you know, I opened the second store. So just... yeah, I mean, a lot of people are intimidated by videoing themselves. I literally just tell everybody, prop your phone up and record the stuff that you're already doing because that's what people like to see. They like to see like real and like the behind the scenes of the job.
So do you do it like, do you have like a schedule? Do you do it like a couple times a week or just whenever the feeling hits you?
Yeah, but pretty kind of that. I try to post once a day. Sometimes I post like multiple times a day, but I don't have a schedule or anything like that. I kind of just like, this would make a good video. Let me record it real quick.
Yeah, you know about that hook. We got to get them. We got to get them right in the beginning. That is fantastic. Why don't we give these a try?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you wanted to try the one.
Yeah, I want to try this one. I want to try the ones that has our favorite ingredient in it. Okay. And I've never, I don't think I've ever had a dirty Dr. Pepper.
Oh, really? So this is your first taste test.
Very good.
And that one's diet, remember, so a regular Dr. Pepper would be even better.
I love Diet Dr. Pepper, though. This would be my favorite, I think. We'll see if it is. We'll see if it is. We'll see if it is. I hope we got some other straws because we need some. You guys need to be able to
I brought some extra straws.
Okay, good.
That's the monster with the sour candy and the watermelon.
Okay. What's going to be sour? I'm going to be like... Oh, that's really good.
That one's one of my favorites.
Okay. I don't know. I like more than Dr. Pepper. Okay. We're just going down the row here.
And then that is the Alani.
I don't think I've had marshmallow fluff in anything but hot chocolate, so this will be an experience. That was also really good too. They're very sweet.
Yeah.
And these two are very sweet. I don't know. I think the pink's my favorite.
Yeah.
But also, I love Dr. Pepper, so that's also good.
I
can see why you've got the following. I mean, that's awesome. And then they've got the energy drinks in it, which I know are super popular. Have you gotten any sponsorships from doing all your TikToks? Has anybody reached out to you?
I haven't gotten any sponsorships, but last year, I don't know if you guys have seen the new cream soda Mountain Dew that just came out. Mountain Dew sent me the cans early before they were released, so I got to try that. I think it was last summer.
Now, have you incorporated those into any of your drinks?
Not yet, because they only sent me 2 cans, so I didn't get to do it yet. But they just released it in stores very recently.
Okay, so Mountain Dew, you need to come across with it if you want that incorporated into her drink, and if you want it on her viral TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today and for sharing your most popular recipes with us. They're delicious, and we wish you so much luck in the future. And, we'll have you come back when you open your next store. This is going to be a whole franchise.
I hope so. That's my goal.
Thanks again so much,
Thank
Bailey.
you.
And we will be right back with more of the Spiel.
The script is so good and it's so well written and everything is really there for you. So I think it was really clear to us right off the bat.
I know how important it is to take care of your mental health, just as much as taking care of your physical health. I just want people to know that I have experienced some of the same type of mental health challenges that they have, and that they are not alone. They are not their diagnosis. We will not turn away anybody that does not have insurance. My name is Amber King, and I will be providing services for mental health at the Albion Community Health Center and the Fairfield Community Health Center.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
In Proverbs, it is said the fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe.
I'm gonna blow your brains out!
You're being very dramatic!
You stole from me, and you're gonna get it back.
Get that necklace back right now.
You just eat falafel? Nicholas! Are you out of your mind?
Fear has this ability to coerce us into doing things we never envisioned ourselves doing.
Get in the truck.
I said I wasn't comfortable doing that. This is fully giving kidnap homicide.
It's giving? Those are your last words?
Y'all calling me crazy when I've been calling all day like crazy.
First question to Dan, because you've produced this, you've written it, you've co-written it, and basically you've created this entire series along with your amazing cast here. But you worked on Schitt's Creek that everybody knows from before. You need a little bit of time to sort of decompress, I understand.
Absolutely. I really have a lot of respect for the television viewer. And I feel like making television is asking a lot of the viewer. You're asking a lot of their time. If you're going to make a series, especially one like I hope that we get many seasons of, that's a huge time commitment from the viewer. So I wanted to make sure that the dust had settled on Schitt's Creek, that people got to rewatch it if they wanted, that I wasn't just throwing something at them without a bit of a break. I think in order to ask an audience to, especially, David became such a character that people somehow loved and related to, I guess. I don't know. But I needed the dust to settle so that people could come to this show with fresh eyes and that they wouldn't be comparing it. They would be seeing it for something completely new. And I think you needed that time for people to just get reacclimatized to whatever it was that I was going to do next. And I also needed to know that I was making a show that I loved just as much as Schitt's Creek. So that's how long it took. And I'm glad that we're here now.
I'd like to be friends. When the phone rings, you answer it.
There has to be some way out of this.
Yeah, death.
He knows where you live. I don't know where you think you're going.
Well, you put together a great cast. Go to you, Taylor. I mean, also, I related to this in a great way. I have two older sisters.
Okay.
We get along better now.
Yes.
But, the dynamic that the two of you have, that was so relatable for me. How easy or difficult was it to make that chemistry connection that other people, including myself, could relate to?
I think it was pretty easy. I think our characters have a lot of our individual personalities in them, and then we communicate, I think, very quickly and very similarly. And the script is so good and it's so well written, and everything is really there for you. So I think it was really clear to us right off the bat.
There's a lot going on that you don't know about. Compromised my time, my job, my relationship.
What relationship?
With Jesus.
And these characters have very big personalities, which is a lot easier to jump onto than something where you have to kind of like suss it out a little bit more. Right. When we're screaming at each other and it's like one of the first days and we've already been screamed at by Laurie, at that point it's sort of like, well, you know, they're expressive. You know how they feel.
Yelly families will relate to the show.
I know yelly families. I knew what you meant right away.
We know what they're thinking.
Indeed. We were a yelly family, but we loved each other.
Yeah, absolutely, always.
Yeah.
How do you know my son?
He picked me up from prison.
What were you in for?
That you don't know.
That's actually the scariest answer you could have possibly given me.
No, the hospital scene. I watched that hospital scene 4 times before I even continued. It was so funny.
Wow, what a compliment. What a compliment.
Thank you.
We rehearsed that scene so much. That was those scenes in the hospital were the only scenes we rehearsed as a cast before shooting. So it means the world that you loved them so much.
Yeah, it came across so well because of the timing and the interaction of all of you. And I loved it so much that I had to keep watching it before I even saw the next scene. So kudos to all of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you.
And of course, Laurie, you know, I've loved your work from Roseanne
and
also the Connors and of course, you know, the Big Bang Theory. So you've worked with a lot of mothers throughout those series, in a sense. So did you draw upon any of those experiences or come up with something new for your character? Because she's all over the place.
She's all... Thank you.
In a good way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Morgan, can I talk to you for a second?
Anything you have to say, you can say in front of me and Max.
And half the women in this town. Ma, can I talk to Morgan, please?
It is an inclusive neighborhood Facebook group.
Okay.
No, I just, I took Dan's guidance into coming up with this character. First of all, what he wrote on the page, and then as he would guide me in scenes, you know, bring it up a little, bring it down a little.
There was very little guidance.
No, I was learning, you know, like the style that we have or what the tone, you know, along with everybody else, and I loved that I knew that the character could be loud and brash, but still rein it in when she needed to. And I don't know, it was just all on the page. So.
Well, it was just amazing watching you, you know, talking about one thing and then you just change and you change here and you never knew what to expect.
She has so many thoughts and they all just traffic jam, and then whatever comes out, you got to keep up or get out of the kitchen. So.
It's an amazing series, and I'm just saying the last scene, you know, it makes you want people to come back for more. So I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. If you could call Netflix, that would
be
wonderful.
I will. I will tell them.
How many times you watched the first scene.
Absolutely, as well as tell all of our viewers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
You think we're gonna die here?
I think that the chances of that are higher than I did before.
Why are criminals so indirect?
You know, it's like, just tell us you're taking us out on a boat to kill us.
I wasn't thinking that, Morgan.
I was kidding.
I know, that's all I'm thinking about.
I was joking.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of The Spiel. Let's see, what all have we accomplished today? I have a new favorite drink, and I got a signed book from the author, which is awesome. And our musical artist just absolutely blew us away. We will see you in our next episode.